welcome back to Poppa Scott Productions and another episode of Poppa Talks. On this episode, we have for Andino. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
I'm good. Yeah, appreciate it. I've been wanting to get you on here.
I know. We just every time it's just they're pulling me everywhere.
Yeah. So hey, just start by telling us where you're from.
I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York, and now I'm in the Silver Spring, Maryland area.
Oh, nice,
Yeah.
nice. So, tell me a little bit of how you got your start or your interest as a kid, or
Yeah, I was in DR with my grandmother, and I was only watching Dated Lucha because that's the only channels we had. And then when I came back to New York, because it was all over New York, it was WWF versus WCW, so it was all just in front of me, regardless of whether or not I wanted to see it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So, who was your favorite wrestler growing up?
Eddie Guerrero.
Eddie.
He was when I was watching Dated Lucha. He was there when I was finally keeping up with what was going on with WCW against WWF. First out, when you turn on WCW, the first hour it's the cruiserweights. Eddie Guerrero for a lot of that time was used and was in front of me, so I just fell into him, and then he kept evolving, and it was hard to not like him. So,
Right, and he's still there. I mean,
he was awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So he was your favorite wrestler.
Absolutely.
So, how did you actually get into professional wrestling?
Like to do it, you mean?
To be involved as a wrestler.
Right place, right time. Legit. I knew a bunch of people that were just friends of friends, and it was just one day of Nick Anarchy.
Yeah.
Already knew him, and when he started going to Sickens, he just kind of threw it in the air. It was like, dude, like we're legit getting trained to wrestle, and like we're like doing it, and like we're getting paid. And I was like, all right, bet. So
I didn't realize until you went to Sickens.
Yeah, I was like, yeah,
that's where you trained.
Yeah. So
cool.
it was literally just a case of heard from a friend of a friend, and then it was like, no, yeah, it's like we're like actually doing it, like it's not BS. And then we went to Sickens, and Sicken liked me, and he was like, yeah, now stick around, we good.
Well, yeah,
you could do something.
He's a good guy.
Oh,
man.
for sure, 100%.
Yeah, he's been around a long time.
Yeah.
So when was your first match?
I want to say it was like 4 years ago. It was the summer, so 4 years ago when we hit the summer.
I don't remember who.
It was a battle royal. It was for SSW in Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. It was their version of the Greatest Royal Rumble.
Right.
So it was like 60 dudes.
Oh,
so it was
wow.
awful.
Wow.
It was awful.
Yeah, everybody hates their first match, no matter what it was.
Yeah. But then my first like legit like singles match, it was the Riot City show when Sicken hosted his own show, and I wrestled Vincent Varro.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was that.
So you mentioned you trained with Sicken.
Mm-hmm.
Have you trained anywhere else? Or?
I've done drop-in trainings and seminars.
I was going to ask you, since I'm a seminar guy, so what kind of seminars have you been to?
I've done Mike Bennett seminar, Rhino, Jeff Jarrett. God, I've done a fair amount. Those are the ones that stuck out to me. I know I've done others, but like those are the ones that stuck out to me. And I've done drop-in training at Cheeseburger, but world famous CBs. I've gone there. I would go there more often, but scheduling.
Sure.
Yeah,
it's hard.
But I know if I have an off day on a weekday, because usually most of his training is on weekdays, I send that text message and I go.
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So who in the indies, kind of right now, who you in you're around different? Mm-hmm. Who would you like to work? Who you got a list?
A lot. It's so much to pick from.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like these days, because
you don't have
like
some top guys, you could just spit off a couple names. All of them.
Right, like honestly, like there's no real wrong answer.
That's
honestly,
cool. No, that's cool.
Yeah, like I can't even. I know who in my own mind when I've watched them, I've gone, my style and this person would go well together. I have that kind of list makes more sense. Like, literally people that wrestle like your son. Yeah. Like me and guys that wrestle like that tend to like. Yeah. Have better like styles because I'm more grounded in my style,
and that's really it. You know what I mean? The fact that you just said my style told me you know your style. And
absolutely.
That's happening.
Yeah,
I mean,
a lot of people don't figure out what their style is. They try to do everything.
Right.
I don't do that. what is my strength and how do I make it 1,000 times better, and how do I hide my weakness?
Very cool.
That's what I try to do the best.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Ooh.
Give me all those like jumpy guys that need someone that could be a good bass. I have good matches with those guys.
I'd like to see you and Ty work.
I would
for sure.
Yeah. I would love that.
I'm sure it'll come.
Oh, hopefully.
Yeah. So I like to ask workers, because I've been on the road enough.
Gotcha.
Do you have any funny stories, stuff that maybe have happened to you along with it, just like...
Plenty. What's a good one? I'm trying to think. Short or long?
It don't matter.
The first time on the road in Ron Holiday's car.
Ron Holiday. You ride with all those guys.
So I had no idea that Ron had a messy car. Like the inside of his car looks like a dumpster.
Looks like him.
Clean your car, Ron.
No.
Yeah, right. The inside of Ron's car looks like his hands. It's it was myself, Tyler Moore, Ron, and I forgot who else it was, but it was a fourth person. It's messed up because he's the funny part of the story, but I forget who it was. Yeah. But we go to the show all the way down like the deeper part of West Virginia, and we came from Sykesville, Maryland, so it was like a 3-hour drive. The funny part of the story is, so Ron is driving and he starts falling asleep as he's driving, and it's the crack of the night, it's like 1 a.m. Tyler is in the passenger seat and I'm in the back, like I'm still wide awake, and I'm like, me and Ty are talking while he's driving, and then as Ty turns around, because I forgot what I said, but he turns around as he's turning to like laugh at whatever I said, he notices Ron completely driving and efficiently, but his eyes are completely shut, like completely shut.
Oh my God.
Like, and he's touching him and he's not moving, and then like a dream, Ron pulls over, gets into the shoulder, doesn't crash the car, like seamlessly, gets out of the car, gets to the passenger seat, gives Tyrone the keys, and just goes, "You mind driving, buddy? I don't want to fall asleep behind the wheel." And I was just like, no, Ron, you were.
Yeah.
What do you mean you don't want to?
Oh my God.
And it gets better. You would think that's the funny part of the story. It gets better. Legit, Ty starts driving, and we're halfway home, or halfway to Sickens. We're halfway there, and Ron then proceeds to talk in his sleep. Like legit, full-blown conversations. He's like adding to our conversation between me and Ty. Like we were just talking about the show, and then Ron's just like, "Yeah, I thought that was pretty weird too." Like he's just sitting there, eyes completely closed, and we turning around, and we're just like, he's stopping to snore, and then proceeds to add to the conversation, and then out of nowhere he goes, "Don't forget to stop for gas, Ty." Ty looks down. We're this close to empty.
Wow.
There was no gas station in sight. We don't know how we got to the gas station, but we got to the gas station. This fourth person, who for whatever reason I cannot remember who it was.
Wasn't Sicken?
No. Sicken rode with Miles and some other people actually. He, fourth person, randomly, just because Ty hit a bump and we forgot he was in the car, and I think that's why I'm forgetting that he was there. He smacks his head on the top of the car and just goes like, "God, Ron, you really just can't drive."
Oh my God.
And Ron goes, "You've been asleep the entire time. How do you know how I could drive?" And I was like, "You've both been asleep the entire time. I don't want to hear anyone talk about driving, period."
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was my first time traveling for a show.
Wow.
Yeah, so life was definitely on the line.
Yeah, there's always funny stories.
It's bad. That's the most PG one I could think of.
Before we go, let's take a look at some of his work. So, I got 2 more questions.
Sure.
And what keeps you motivated?
I'm a completionist at heart. Like, if I tell myself I want to do something, I'm gonna see it through. I was the one that said, yeah, I want to. It's definitely good. Yeah. I told myself I wanted to join the Army, and at the time, I had every physical reason why I shouldn't. I was really skinny. I had asthma issues, all kinds of nonsense. Still did that. Stuck it out through the whole 8 years. I told myself that I wanted to go to school for stuff. Like, it's just, even if I don't apply, if I say I want to do something, I'm going to see it all the way through. I told myself that I wanted to be in the wrestling business and not just be a guy who participated.
Wow, that's awesome.
So I'm too stubborn to stop at this point. So it's like, I got to see it all the way through.
That's a great character to have.
Yeah.
You got to finish something you start.
I just have to. Like, if I don't, it has to be because, like, I died.
Yeah, well, that's a good quality.
That's my problem.
It's a good quality. So, so if somebody wants to get up with you to book you or whatever, how can we get up with you? Twitter, Instagram?
All of my social medias are studio_Andino, except for Instagram, because my old Instagram got hacked. So now it's studio_Andino, but the I in Andino is a 1.
Go ahead and spell the Andino.
AND1NO, but everything else ANDINO.
Right.
And emails, because I do answer my emails, is andino.chris76@gmail. And yes, it's that because it was my Army email. So, yeah.
So I close out all my podcasts with giving you the opportunity to ask Poppa a question.
Okay. How fast can you put me in the ring with Ty? Like you're the man. Make it happen.
I don't know if I'm the man. But
I feel like you are.
I definitely got maybe a little bit of input.
I feel like you are, man. Yeah. We need to make that happen.
No, we definitely can make that happen. If not here, somewhere else. So
definitely.
We'll definitely do that.
I'm down with it.
So hey, I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Great conversation.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.